Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be giving you guys my class setups of season 5, and also I'm giving you guys my settings and letting you guys know what are the best settings on Warzone overall. Starting off with class number 1, the FAL and the Car 98K. A lot of people don't really like the car. In my opinion, is one of the best snipers in the game. I think it's overall better than the AX50 just because, you could snap on that head no matter if you're close, far, get those shots in. And what I run with the FAL is XRK Marksman, Mark Fur Grip, Stipple Grip Tape, GI Mini Reflex, and FSS Close Quarter Stock. You could honestly switch off the GI Mini for laser for faster, or GI Mini for 25, 30 round mag. It's up to you guys. Then here on the car, I'm running monolithic SingGuard custom 27.6 inch, tack laser, sniper scope, and sleight of hand. I use sleight of hand just because the reload on the Car 98K with the sniper scope is obviously slower. But if you guys are not going to run the sniper scope, highly recommend you using, where is it at? The VLK or the 3.5X. That's all you need. If you don't want a sniper scope, but for me, traditionally a car should have a sniper scope. So I'm keeping sleight of hand. But if you pick the other one, the other scopes that lets you pull in the cartridge in, I highly recommend putting a Sportscom stock. Second loadout is AUG with monolithic suppressor, Merc foregrip, 5.56 ammo, sleight of hand, and forged tack com. Here's one thing though. If you're playing duos and solos, highly recommend taking sleight of hand off and going for the stipple grip. If not, if you're playing trios, squads, make sure you have sleight of hand, just because I don't recommend using the 60 round mag. It makes you slower. So just overall, don't use it. Unless you really don't care, you could maybe take off sleight of hand, pop in the laser. That's about it. This gun does not need optics, so don't even use an optic. For my kilo class is what I'm running. Kilo, it's kind of like a sniper. People are not really using it, but it's a metal weapon. Brewing is obviously overpowered. This is way better. What I run is monolithic suppressor, SingGuard arms, 19.8 Prowler barrel, Commando foregrip, 60 round mag, and a VLK optic. I highly recommend an optic on this gun. Iron sights are okay, but you're gonna use this at long range, so you might as well just pop in the VLK. Helps with, recoil control. Ammunition, you could use 30 round mag solos, 50 round mag duels, trios, but once you go into quads, you want to use a 60 round mag. It's a little bit slower, but it's way more accurate. You could swap if you don't mind it being slower. Then you could just pop in on Merc foregrip and you'll make it a straight beam laser. Class number 3, MP7 and sniper. What I run on my MP7 is monolithic FSS Recon, commando foregrip, 60 round mag, and stippled grip tape. All around a good class. If you want it way faster, I recommend using the tac laser. Other than that, this is my personal preference. I don't like the laser. It gives your position away. Other than that, just recommend this. If you don't like stippled because of the wobbling it has, make sure to go with the FSS close quarter stock. But I just don't recommend it just because the stippled grip tape gives you sprint to fire speed. And you could honestly use a commando foregrip or a merc foregrip. Personally, me, I'm going to be using this gun aimed in more just because I'm going to use a sniper. So, commando foregrip is way better. Less aim down sight penalty. That's about it. Warzone. My Warzone Kar 98K sniper. It's exactly the same thing as the previous one. So, highly recommend this class. Kilo MP5, same kilo class, everything, the usual. MP5, this is what I run. Monolithic suppressor, merc foregrip, 45 round mag, stipple grip tape. Sleight of hand, I've been using sleight of hand lately, but it's good. But if you want to be more snappy with your aim, make sure you use a FSS close quarter stock. Makes you aim in faster, or you could use a collapsible stock, but I just don't recommend it because it has a very bad penalty and recoil is through the roof unless you don't mind the recoil. FSS close quarter stock is way better though. You could swap out the monolithic suppressor for the integral suppressor. This just depends, but I highly recommend integral suppressor. It gives you a little bit more range, and it doesn't have the aim lock penalty. Fully loaded class, regular kilo class, but instead of the commando foregrip, we have fully loaded. That's about it. Fully loaded, I mean, it's good for in-game. And then VLK, you could swap out the VLK for a grip. Just because you're probably going to be using this in-game. Personal preference though, this is what I run. And then that's about it. That's all I run right now. I've been using the ISO. This thing is way better than the Fennec. 100%. And what I run here is merc foregrip, 50 round mag, Elite iOS grip. Unfortunately, I don't have all the attachments unlocked. I am 46. But you're going to want to use the integral suppressor on this. It's like the Vector's one, but way better. Way better. And that's all you want to use because this gives you a 40% increase in your range. And how I got this information was Jay got me the video. And you could also find this on codgundata.com. And then other than that, you could use an optic. If you don't like the iron sights, make sure to go with the optic. If not, just pop in a laser. Pop in a laser, or you could pop in a F-Tech stock. That's basically what I've been running lately. And for controls, I use tactical. Stick layout default, disabled, invert lock. Dead zone, if your controller has drift, make sure to bump it up a little bit and it'll help that. Vertical stick sensitivity is a 7. 7.7. 0.04. 0.04. Response curve is standard. Vibration You could take this on or off, but I'm so used to it that it doesn't even bother me, so I just leave it alone. Oh, whoops. And then equipment behavior, go, hold, aim down tight speed behavior, hold, enable. I use weapon mount ADS. As long as you know how to not kill yourself with it, it's fine. Slide behavior is hold, although I do recommend tap. Tap makes you slide cancel way smoother. But at the moment, I'm using hold. Auto move forward, I have that disabled. I have automatic tactical sprint just because my controller is broken from the analog stick, so I can't really, use it. Vehicle camera recenter. Just enable that. I disable parachute out of the play just because it's way faster to fall on the ground. On my general tab, I got 50 brightness. Safe area, make sure to bump it down a little bit, especially if you're playing on a bigger screen. Bump it down to about that so you can have better field of view. And you're not, looking at the screen all over the place. Film grain, make sure to turn this down. This is not useful. Tool step enabled. You could have it disabled, but whatever. Subtitles disabled. Although some people do like subtitles enabled. I don't like it. Language selection, obviously English. Colorblind. A lot of people have been playing on this colorblind setting. Deuteranopia. It makes colors pop a little bit more. But other than that, I use regular just because, video wise, you guys need the best quality. Forward motion board enabled. Oh. I think they changed this setting on me. Make sure you disable this. This is unnecessary and not useful. I use mini square. It's a little bit bigger, and then I think they buffed the HUD on the game, so it looks way bigger now. Or you could just use regular circle, but square is much better. It's more traditional in Call of Duty games. That's about it. Mini map rotation, enable that. Letters, I have letters on my thing, but you could also use numbers. But just make sure your team has the same thing as you, so you guys have good comms. And then this is unnecessary. Audio have boost. A lot of people use boost high, boost low. For me, boost is good. I put my master volume down to 60 because everything's too loud in this game. Dialogue volume 55, so you could, honestly, that's not really necessary. Warzone, you hear the enemy in the AO automatically, you can hear that, but it's not as loud. Effects volume, I have it at 85. Just because this thing's retardedly loud. Juggernaut music, I have that enabled, but I highly recommend taking it off. Just because when you go in the game, that's going to distract you. Hit marker sound, I have it on classic. I'm so used to the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 hit marker sound. And honestly, the MW sound is way too loud. And it's way more softer. You can hear more stuff while you're shooting. And the hit markers are not distracting you. This voice chat unnecessary. One thing for sure, if you guys are playing on console, make sure you guys disable crossplay unless you're playing with cross-platform. Just because you don't want to bump into hackers. Granted, you are going to run into hackers on PS4. But it's not as much. Well, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to give me some feedback down below to see if you guys like my classes, what I run, and hopefully you guys run it. Give me feedback on how you liked it.